Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the third and final map between Nemiga and Attax for Esea Premiere Season 36 Europe. And yeah, Nemiga, they have won the knife round, which means they will choose on, whether they want to start on the CT side or T side. They have chosen to start on the CT side. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a blast so far. I can see there is a lot of people who have joined in, and I do appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. It's been quite a night so far. Let's just see if they can continue up, continue the hype, continue on delivering, blasting things as we saw on Vertigo. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Nemiga on CT and also Attax on T. So let's just see now who is going to spill the tea. MDS is definitely not going to be the one of them, but he wants to spill out blood. And there's the entry for him. And down goes the stand-in. Crimbo searching for revenge. But it's not going to be a far-fetched one. Panics. Yeah, just realize that there is a couple of people standing on top of the broken wall, and MDS. Yeah, he is. He's just out with that whip. Talking about whipping, Spinak just whipped off everything about Attax. And Lollipop, yeah, he's just doing his best as Crystal now, trying to do his best. Well, that's not going to happen. Lollipop destroys Crystal in the end, and that is Nemiga taking the pistol round. Attax tried to be creative at best. Unfortunately, MDS, he was just there at the wrong time for Attax. So speaking about Attax, they have purchased a force buy on the T side of Inferno. Seeing Nemiga having a 5 MP9 purchase. So yeah, they are after that money boost. Definitely after that. So kind of, just putting some things away, like the rifles. If they had a rifle in their hands, they would rather have an MP9 being lost instead of an expensive rifle. So Crimbo, taking down Lollipop, but that was not meant to go down that road. Jo and Box, they are actually down, really steep though, but that steep end is going to cost them dearly. And now also Attax, they are in a 4-on-2 situation. Crystal securing their backs. So there's no need to worry, but the worrying part is that MDS has already reached the B bomb site. It's going to be quite difficult now. Look at that panic from Panics, and takes down MDS with only 6 HP left. Yeah, it is now up to Spinak. Spinak with a good amount of HP left. The problem is that also Attax, they've already planted a bomb, and Panics, using himself as a human decoy now. It is Spinak. Yep, moved into position. He has no idea there's actually one more right behind him. Is Crimbo sitting down, shooting Spinak in the back, and that's also Attax stealing a round away from the Belarus side. And Nemiga, they have to seek into their pockets, maybe a kilometer or two, to find any currency that they can purchase their weapons with. So 4 Deagles and a C set, and a great round by Attax to steer up the match. Let's just see now from Box, and Box, oh my god, some insane shots by him. Yeah, down goes Crystal and Prosus. They were just eliminated one by one by that Deagle. Yeah, some hefty shenanigans that are going on so far, and some explosiveness that we have witnessed. Skrunk, taking the bomb. So Panics, he can focus on being the entry, but the entry is definitely going to be quite difficult now. Jo, setting up some kind of a trap, and Box is doing the best that he actually can. Oh my god, Box once again. That's a triple from him. So 3 frags from him. And with a Deagle, that's 3 headshots. Scrunk and Crimbo. It's what's left of the Attax force. And not tax force, but Attax force. Crimbo. Yeah, waiting for a secondary smoke being deployed, and Crimbo was actually spotted. This should definitely alert Nemiga, but the alert was came in way too late. And now Skrunkto, he's out for a hunt. What is going on here? Nemiga just falling down like dominoes one by one. Now it's up to MDS. MDS now. Takes down Skrunk. Now it's a one-on-one situation between him and Crimbo. And that grenade is going to hurt a lot, though. And there it is, MDS with the save. But what a round by Box to open up the round with those two ice-cold Deagles. Deagle shots down in Banana. And just, adjusting himself in the B-bomb site right behind the fountain. And shot... I do believe it was Crystal, I do believe, that stood over at the copy, where the copy hold. So, my God, we're in for a treat here, guys. We are definitely in for a treat here. Also, Attax, a bomb plant in the previous round, and they have said, okay, well, we have shoved their economy a bit down. So there is definitely a possibility of redirecting their economy. So speaking about redirecting, this is also the first time for me to see Nemiga on Inferno. So watching them play on the CT side, I could definitely give a kind of a description in the next couple of rounds. But right now, seeing them as a bit more, seeing them taking a couple of chances, Jo being forced to take a few steps back from Banana. But they're still holding on. They're still holding on to their positions in mid, where Spinak, forced to run away from long. And on the opposite side, over here, Patio. And MDS, though, he's just being thrashed, though, to nothing. And, Spinak getting one kill out of it. Then Crimbo, just spread his wings out on balcony. It's now a 3-2 situation. And look at that, though, from Crimbo, right underneath the balcony. Takes down Jo, and now it's up to Box. And Box with an M4 armor. Not that much more that he can do in this round, so he will just stick by around ruins and hoping that some of the Attax players will hunt for them. But Attax there in a similar situation, money wise, even though they are blessed that they have won the round, they will still have to maintain themselves and not go out and hunt for the last weapon. So Skrunk and Prosus can ask for a couple of weapons, or ask for a weapon each. So they can all be balanced out. A couple of an AK and a secondary. Well, no, never mind. Crystal got a Mac 10. Nemiga, but to the brink of to the brink of extinction of their money. MDS, we have seen it before, how efficient they can be with these Deagles. And there it is once again, MDS opening up the show. And some communication between Lollipop and Spinak. Does seem like it did seem like that Lollipop he wanted to re-aggress Oven Window, but he was denied entry. So Nemiga now in a man advantage, and that smoke is not going to help that much though, because MDS is already in position. That smoke is going to help MDS instead, but how much can he actually help? Good flashbang, but MDS was not that effective, or actually was not that affected by it. Lollipop takes down Crystal, and it's just a massacre. What is this though? Lollipop just rushes out of the smoke with some information by Jo. They just made it all look so easy. but it's all about coordination between when you're getting the information and you have to rush, and when you have acknowledged that and rushes out of the smoke. And Lollipop, yep, he saw the opportunity, he took it, and yeah, just ravished almost everybody from Alternate Attacks. So we're having a match pause, and I always forget to open up my Discord because I am apparently very lazy. Sorry about that, lads. So 3-2, Nemiga. They're shooting back, and that's something that also Attacks they're not prepared for. Well, they were prepared for their game plan before the whole debacle with Stefan. Apparently some internet issues, so there's nothing more to be said there. Just up to a match that is of course so unfortunate for that to happen. Sadly it is. But Prosus has also, well, I have to admit, Prosus, I haven't seen the player before, but a 17-year-old have done some great work on Vertigo. He's definitely one to watch for the future. But for the future being MDS standing in pit. And Nemiga doing kind of doing a traditional CT side. Changing from being aggressive to being passive and then re-aggro at some vital points. Let's just see now from Alternate Attacks, they are still 4 alive, but it's going to be quite a hassle now to break through this defense. Nemiga, they have MDS, Lollipop, and on the bomb site, it's Speedak on the bomb site. So Skrunk and the rest of his crew now trying to figure out how they're going to into accessing this bomb site. It's not going to be the way over at long, so they will now try through patio, and that patio area is going to be the default because Speedak, yeah, he returned with fire, and now, well, for Lollipop, yep, he just accessed behind the enemy lines throughout middle, and then right behind them at patio. So another round for Nemiga. Alternate Attacks, yeah, they have to eco this round, and for the next round being, they can full out buy again. No, wait a minute, not full out buy because they've received $1,900, so $2,400 for the next round. Well, no, never mind. They can actually buy up completely in the next round. And for the sake being, Crystal will end with $4,700 and $4,750. So that will mean he can buy an op for Panics. I do not believe they will go that far. Jo, yeah, going that far. Then a grenade will actually make him survive. So he's just surviving for the time being, and well, did actually receive a headshot from a pistol. And this should also be an easy picking for Box. There it is. 2 frags for him. Crimbo, well, in the last couple of seconds, will receive the fire from Lollipop. And well, Box with 3 frags in the round. So then he will be very happy about. Well, more happy. Because that they are now leading 5-2. Also Attacks they have purchased. And rifles all around. No crystal on an op. They have to figure out how they can open up how they can open this defense up, and right now it is quite they are quite unsure how they can actually try and balance this out and see if they can opening even more up. And that is not, well, the case is that a lot of utility has been used up in Banana, and Prosus, yeah, having opened up his frag account. There it is, taking down Lollipop. So it's a 5-on-4 situation. After they have opened up over at B, they will now try their luck once again over at A. The issue is that Speedak, he had already moved into position with his op, and MDS, he's standing right underneath Patio. Patio's being his fall, and it's a 5-on-3 situation now for alternate attacks. They've moved into the bomb site. Going to be, take one step at a time. Speedak with 3 HP left. It's a 3-on-2 situation for alternate attacks. And Skrunk with a cheeky little click, first of all, on the bomb, just to see if he can get anyone from Nemiga to answer back. But the call did not go through, and it just went straight over to voicemail. It is a good round for alternate attacks, seeing as Nemiga they did manage to take some control over the game. But also attacks, after the opening on Banana, they took the spoon over in the other hand and said, okay, well, we did manage to get an entry over at B, but let's just try, just once again, seeing if we can make it work over at A. And they didn't actually manage to work it out. And now with the third round on the C side, they're definitely happy with it. 3 men surviving, or 3 players surviving. So that will give a bit of, definitely some courage to the squad. But the courage needs to, break through. Let's just see now. MDS was tagged. I do believe it was due to a knife. It did seem like. Also, attacks, they have to take one step at a time. Box, though, he is a threat, though. He is an immediate threat, though, to also attacks. And attacks, they are getting punished by these pushes. And it's not something that they did account for. So 2 entries for Nemiga over at Banana. MDS and the crew, they are settled in. Lollipop over at the copy, and Jo, he's just sitting there with that AUG and sprays down Skrunk. And the B defense, so far A grade, definitely to an A grade on the papers. Let's just see now if Crystal and Crimbo, they can say otherwise in a good grenade directed to Crystal, so they are going to deny the bomb plant. Crimbo, the only man who's left in a 1-on-4 situation. There needs to be some kind of a miracle, and this could actually be it, though. Crimbo down to 1 HP. Yeah, you can definitely ask much, though. Maybe way too much. Lollipop secures the deal, and that's the 6th round for Nemiga. Without the bomb plant, alternate attacks, they cannot keep on bullying Nemiga or try to bully them. And again, guys, I do apologize that there is a massive delay on. So I cannot answer you guys if you have any questions or some sort. So yeah, do apologize for that. Have to stick to the rules, the ESL rules. So 4 spy from the German side, and that is a signal for Nemiga that they are close to cripple the economy on the T side. So the open hand for Speedak. Have seen some incredible shots by this individual. So a couple of flashbangs up off to Banana. And in the meantime, it did seem like that box he was actually pretty sure of rotating to B, but he was asked by Jo just to he was told by Jo just to stand a bit clear. But the clearance is not going to be like that. And Nemiga, they are still quite unsure where alternate attacks they want to go. And with 43 seconds left on the clock, Crystal, he will be the one to take responsibility of this attack that will commence. And Boxto, he's just spraying and praying through that smoke. And he has actually, he sets himself up. And some damage has been dealt, but there's not enough alternate attacks. They have gotten their way into the B bomb site, planting the bomb. And Jo, yep, still trying to find some victims through that smoke. Did manage to do that. Prosus being the one being smashed down. And it's a 3-on-3 situation. Look at that from Panics. That pizza 50. Oh my god, Panics went on a rampage. First of all, with that pizza 50, then closing it out with that AUG. And yeah, just spraying the Nemiga players down to pieces. An incredible feat. (6-4). Alternate Attacks have found the key to open up the defense. The defense seems like that they are right now taking a couple of defeats here and there. Well, it is a pistol round for them. There's not that much that they can do, that they cannot do. And 6 rounds on the CT side when we are still quite well. We're in the middle of the first half. So we just take a couple, deliver some more hits. Definitely, maybe making alternate attacks work for the frags. Does seem like the Lollipop, MDS, and Speedak have maybe something to say here. Crimbo, he's well, he's on the edge, and that is quite unforgiving by Nemiga. Just setting up the trap for Crimbo, losing that AK. It's not that much of a loss though, because Panics he can drop an AK and the same can scrunk. So there's not that much need to worry. So, but the only worrying part that I'm thinking about is that MDS can set himself up for some kind of a wicked frag movie moment, maybe. It's all about the time now for alternate attacks. Let's just see now. Panics, yeah, opening things up, takes down Speedak, and that's the opener. And we are now seeing something in a third-person view. It's all good and lovely, but it's not what we are here for. Crystal is out for blood, and Lollipop is actually standing in the smoke, and he's just waiting for that moment to actually pop by. And there it is. There's the pop up. There's going to be a spray from Lollipop. Oh my god! How did he manage to control that spray? It's a 3-on-2 situation now for Nemiga, and Lollipop out of nowhere just sprayed down 3 people, and yeah, he's out for more. There's the 4th. There could be a 5th, but no, it's not going to happen. But Nemiga just happened right in front of your faces. Lollipop just stood in the smoke, waited for the correct time to pop out, and yeah, the spray of doom. Oh my god, what is going on? That was just insane. And Nemiga turned it around completely, and with an amazing play by Lollipop, he just popped a couple of alternate attacks players. Oh my dear god. So now the double up setup is in for Nemiga, and alternate attacks, they're trying their very best now, and that spray yet again. And Box, he's just doing everything in his power, just dealing damage left and right, down towards Banana, and also attacks were just left in bones. Their skin was just completely ripped off. And Nemiga still here, still in the server. So now for Panics and Crimbo. Well, you cannot call them the newly assigned, but they have been. It's not been that long ago that they were assigned to the alternate attack squad. And actually, there is some bonus information for you guys, because Panics and Crimbo, they were former Big Academy players too. So in the total of it all, alternate attacks, they have 3 former Big Academy players playing right now. It's an amazing thing to see. Panics Yeah, rush to commit to the bomb plant. That's not going to give him that much time. Box finds out where Panics was. Now it's up to Crimbo. The last man standing. He is right behind the fountain. And Spinac took him down. And that is yet another round for Nemiga. Alternate attacks. Yep, they have to find an alternative route to solve this problem. 8 rounds for Nemiga. Yeah, the alternative is some pistols. Pistols is in Tech 9s, 3 Tech 9s, 1 P250 and a Deagle. That's all what alternate attacks they have in store for themselves in this round. Nemiga looking comfortable. Looking very confident as well. Hoping that they can create a massive wave so they can flush out alternate attacks. But alternate attacks, they are also prepared, waiting for any aggression to come by from Nemiga. But Nemiga, they also thinking this, they're thinking about it and also debating on whenever they have to rotate around. So the utility still being used, and Panics. It did look like some kind of a fake from Panics. I actually like that if Nemiga actually had one person over at First Oranges, but at this time Nemiga not gamble, but they are playing it very passively. Over at A, MDS, he is seeing everything. And look at that from Lollipop. He's being exposed, and MDS though still down in pit. He's still waiting for any reinforcements comes in, and MDS being tackled by Panics. It's now a 3-2 situation for Nemiga. But Prosus, in the process, have planted a bomb. It's up to Box, Spinac, and Jo to see if they can get access to that bomb site. Panics showed the aggression, and the 2 Nemiga players over at Long well, they have to figure something out. Have to wait. And Prosus, though, he's in the open, and there's nothing more that he can do. Spinac shuts him down. Oh, and Jo, I do believe that the headset was placed incorrectly onto your head. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yet Nemiga took yet another round. Also attacks. Well, having forced their way through the last round, they are now left with, well, yeah, they have to focus on utility, and well, they actually managed to get some utility out. So 3 smokes, 5 flashbangs, and a couple of Molotovs. And well, speaking about Molotovs, Box, he is standing right behind the Molotov, and he took down 2 players for alternate attacks. And Lollipop, yeah, also running into the mix. And yeah, just seeing the utility being used in the fullest. Now it's up to Skrunk. Skrunk in a 1-on-5 situation. And Nemiga, they are not moving a single muscle at all. They want to secure this round. And just to quickly look at the stats, Lollipop, 17 frags and 6 deaths. For alternate attacks, it is Crystal, 11 frags and 11 deaths. Skrunk. Yet again, one of these games that are not so unfortunate for him. And there it is. Nemiga with their 10th round on the CT side. My God, ladies and gentlemen. This is quite a barn burner for alternate attacks. They were getting rushed. They were not getting rushed down. They were just getting shut out, and Nemiga choosing a direction that worked out for them, and they made it actually work out fairly well on the CT side. Also, attacks, they were quite close at some points of actually getting more than these 5 rounds that they have got so far. That they have gotten in the first half. So I'm definitely looking forward to this second half. Looking so much forward to it. It's going to be so explosive to see what Panics and Crimbo can do on the CT side, and well, especially for Prosus. seeing what he can do here in Inferno, it's still quite special when I actually think about it. That Prosos, Panics, and Crimpo are former big Academy players. Man. And I'm just figuring this out now. That's so weird. That's so weird. I can see that a couple of Nemiga players have disconnected. That's weird. That's really weird, actually. Okay, I will just run it over to... I will just take it over to some commercials. So yeah, in the meantime, you can follow ESEA on Twitter, which is twitter.com/ESEA. And you can also follow me on Twitter, if you want to, of course. It is twitter.com/damage_CSGO. I will take it over to some commercials, and I'll be right... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. One of them just rejoined. Well, just a quick commercial of 30 seconds. I'll be right back with the second half here between Nemiga and also Attax here at the ESEA.
It's hard, you know. I just wish someone on my team would have told me. Apparently, I'm really not that good with this thing. Also, I die way too often in apartments. Seem to never have enough money on buy rounds. And flashed 4 teammates just yesterday. Wait, what? I didn't.
You did, Sean.
Oh. But I'm much better with the 5-7 than you are, Elias. And I got 34 entry kills last week. And I should actually be playing B-site. I'm much more useful over there.
What grade did you get this week?
I got C. That's not too bad. Right?
Let's go.
Nope. Gotta go. If you want to know what you're good at, and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Yes! Nice shot, my friend.
Cheaters ruining your plays?
I have eyes on the enemy.
Bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is ESEA. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. ESEA, the best way to play CSGO.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So after a little technical pause, we are straight back into it, ladies and gentlemen. The second pistol round between Alternate Attacks and Nemiga. And Nemiga, they're starting out nicely, and the same for Alternate Attacks. There's a couple of trades. It seems like the Nemiga, they have chosen their bomb site. It's going to be the E bomb site. They're now trying to trying just to rush over, and Crystal moved into position over at Mini Pit, but Skrunkto, he's still trying to actually gather some information. I do believe, yeah, MDS, he has something in store. What's that from MDS? And well, Panics and Skrunkto answering back. Now to Box in a 1-on-2 situation. He does know that Skrunk has no HP left. Oh my god, Box though, this could actually happen. And well, Panics, he's not trying to panic at all. Box, he's trying to get him out in the open. And yeah, Panics still tries to survive. And yeah, well, taking it into consideration, there it is. Panics shuts Box down. And there is plenty of time for Panics to defuse the bomb, and that is the pistol round for Alternate Attacks. So having that start on the CT side, yeah, it was quite intense seeing it unfold like that. But a great job by Panics holding his nerves together, and now they have to do everything in their power to defend against Nemiga, because they have purchased out of their minds 2 AKs, 2 Galils, and a Deagle. Not that much of utility, so they are relying on almost of straight firepower. MDS taking Panics out. A couple of switches here and there. Skrunk trying to get into the game, and a good grenade directed right above Box. Crystal, yeah, he has rotated away from B. And Nemiga trying to sell themselves in street currently. So, yeah, and their plan is to get themselves into a decent position so they can throw some smokes over towards long. So cover off Mini and Speedway. Let's just see now. MDS is just standing and holding with that deal. He's so dreadful with that weapon. And Process, he has heard something lurking in lurking over at Halls. And look at that from Speedak. Speedak, he's ready and waiting, and Crystal had no idea. And now it's a Karimbo in a 1-on-3 situation. Yep, pushes through that smoke, and that is something that they have to keep on doing just to surprise them at these certain points. Let's just see now how Karimbo, he can fend this, or he can find a solution to take over this bomb site. It's going to be a very, very hard one, because Lollipop and Jo is located in the bomb site, and Karimbo, yeah, he just said, well, thank you for that AK. I'm just getting out of here instead. So Nemiga winning the 4-spy. So 4-spy win, and having them thinking it over. Okay, well, we want firepower over utility. Well, still some utility is needed, and they made it work. They actually made it work. Panics should have done way more over at long in that position. Maybe coordinated it somehow with the people over at patio, or could have a single person over at patio, but that was not the case. That was not the case. Also, attacks are definitely worried now, because if this gets out of control, Nemiga, they will accelerate, and it will not be pleasant for alternate attacks. So utility usage is definitely on a high for both sides. Jo just securing that no one is being aggressive towards them in Banana. Lollipop securing that no one would be foolish enough to make some kind of a backstab. Good Molotov by Karimbo. Karimbo still standing right behind missiles. Speeding and MDS. Yep, they are just flashing through the middle, and Karimbo stood. Just standing there and doing a lot of damage, but also damage being delivered to Nemiga. Look at that though from Panics. Just smashes MDS through that smoke and Squad. Oh my god! I mean, centimeters from shutting that bomb plant down. And Speedak, yep, he needs to survive. He has only 15 HP left, and Lollipop needs to be absent. Well, not being that absent though, being tagged by a scout. So this is the moment now for alternate attacks to take over that bomb site. It's not Speedak, but Speedak was taken down by Process, and Process with the last 2 frags. So that gives alternate attacks a vital lifeline into the next couple of rounds. Nemiga will most likely not buy in this round. Well, they can purchase pistols and then make a... Yeah, okay. Thinking about it now, there isn't a reason for them to save due to the fact that their money has been reset once again. So a Scout, Galil, AK, Tech 9, and Deagle, alternate attacks, having everything that they need. All they need now is to break Nemiga's economy completely, so they can get further back into the game. So a grenade in front of Crystal. Doesn't make that much of a splash, but then a counter grenade from Crystal. So a couple of smoke, a couple of smoke, sorry, and a flashbang. And now Nemiga, they are now going to try and go back. I do like this though. I like this plan from Nemiga, but there's definitely a need of some, I know, explosiveness from Nemiga, because now they have actually secured the Panics. He's actually standing over at B, And now this is actually the time now for Nemiga to execute their plan towards the A bomb site. And maybe this can actually work because also Attax, they have 2 players over at pit. It's going to be a problem because Skrunk, Skrunk, he is still alive. The same for Panics. And Bucks, he did see that someone is actually down there. And well, for Process being tagged down and MDS during the job. And now it's a 3-on-2 situation for Nemiga. Also Attax, crucial round that they're in. Crystal and Crimbo, they do know that they need this round or their money will be completely screwed. Speedak watching over the entrance too long. And Crystal, he was spotted. This should be an easy pickings for Speedak. Speedak trying his best. And Crimbo moving its position over at Apps. But the more time they waste, the more Nemiga gets even more control of the bomb site, and there's no need for Crystal to be in the area. And will Crimbo try something out? Yeah, he did. He was actually trying to do some kind of a reverse dosha, but with a rifle instead. But in that time frame, he lost his life. Nemiga still was successful of completing the round and taking it and ripping it away from alternate attacks. And the purchases has gone through. Nemiga, not as strong of a purchase. This could actually be a good thing here for alternate attacks. Whoa, and Panics being very aggressive down middle. Skrunk trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And Nemiga, they are now going out for a execute, and MDS ready and waiting with that Mag 10 though. He's just rushing down towards pit. He was actually hit by his own teammates' flashbang, and Skrunk in the bomb site. They actually managed to do some damage, but it was not enough. He was ripped apart by Lollipop. Crystal, Panics, and Crimbo. Yeah, they are trying now to see if they can just catch just some of the players off guard. Well, that's not going to happen. And Nemiga, trialing out, actually feasting on that A bomb site, and they have left nothing behind for alternate attacks. Alternate attacks, they're doing their best now, but it does feel like now that Nemiga, they're just pulling away. And alternate attacks, it's something that they have to somehow contain. But the whole maintenance part, it's just not a good sign for alternate attacks. And right now, they're behind with 6 rounds. And the money is decimated. It's completely gone for alternate attacks. So, one step further, Nemiga with 13 rounds and the chance to come up to 14. Alternate attacks in their economy. Well, they will have a pretty decent buy in the next round, but it would leave Nemiga up to 14 rounds. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, Speedak, he's definitely aware what the hell is going on. And that's going to give Nemiga the time of their lives. Well, look at that, though. Also, attacks. They have actually one player. There's Prosus being close to the haywagon, and Lollipop takes down 2. And Speedak, watching middle, but not that much though. So Scout for Panics takes down Speedak. So it's a 3-on-2 situation for alternate attacks. This is definitely doable, but doability is a big word though, and MDS also just shoving it into their faces. Now it is up to Crimbo. Crimbo taking down MDS. It's now up to him versus Lollipop to secure a round for alternate attacks, but Lollipop, he is destined to say no thank you, and there it is, Nemiga taking yet another round, and that's the 14th. And just to answer some questions in the chat, well, there's someone who typed exclamation mark delay. That is a rule by ESL that a additional 150 seconds of delay is needed to secure there's no funny business going on. So, speaking about funny business, Nemiga having a fun time. Also attacks. That is the complete opposite way. They have to get something going on CT side, but it's quite difficult when you're up against a team who has every player in their core playing at their utmost highest level. Let's just see now. Panics finally with that up, taking down JO. So the start now for alternate attacks has definitely been but they have definitely pressed on the start button. But can they continue to apply pressure with the likes of Lollipop being such a nuisance? Let's just see now. Panics. The Driven Upper, yeah, just stood by, took down MDS. And in the meantime, Process having some troubles fending off it offense up in apps, and Box tries his best to lurk through that smoke, but was immediately taken down by Skrunk. 30 seconds left of the round. There is definitely a need of insurgents from alternate attacks to really just dig that knife even deeper into the open wound that he might have found or might have discovered from Nemiga. Lollipop and Spinak, yep, trying to survive with the weaponry that they have. 7 seconds left, and a well-needed round for alternate attacks, and on their 8th round now in total. Yeah, well, still behind with a fair margin. 6 rounds they have to find in a row to be tied up with Nemiga. And Nemiga, yeah, their economy is crumbling currently. And seeing the stats, Lollipop with 21 kills, and Speedegg up with 13. Jo standing in banana. In the meantime, Lollipop is just rushing around, having some fun, jumping up and down, and a grenade does not seem to fit the profile as well. So Crimpo with his compadre Panics, and Panics, yep, just moves down and takes Jo. Now it is a 5-on-4 situation for alternate attacks. It does seem like that the puzzle can actually be completed here. Panics with yet another kill. It's now a 5-on-3 situation for alternate attacks. And taking one step at a time. That step is also crucial though. Box takes down Skrunk. Prosa, what was that though? He was just tagged through that wall a couple of times. It looks so silly. But alternate attacks, they fought through. And Process, yeah, he was quite lucky to survive that. So yeah, second round in a row of alternate attacks. Let's just check out the stats. Panic with 19 frags. And for Nemiga, it is Lollipop with 21 frags. Pistol spot everywhere. Actually all over the place for Nemiga. And attacks, they need to be aggressive, but also kind of controlling that aggression to a certain point. That Nemiga, they feel threatened, and a flashbang. Well, with Panics being forced to lay the weapon down. That is a AWP in the arms of Speedak. That leaves with some uncertainty for alternate attacks, because they do know that Long was exposed, and now they have lost an AWP and put in the arms of Speedak. Jo, yeah. Oh my god, what a timing! What a timing! Skrunkdo being shut down, and yep, that leaves Prosos completely open now over in pit. And yeah, there's nothing more to be written down. Nemiga, with a small amount of purchases, have completely overthrown alternate attacks on A. Crystal and Crimbo. Oh man, this is not good. This is not good at all. Having that side being an open wound and just putting some extra salt in it, this is just adding even more disgust. And I do have to admit, okay, well, it was such a bad timing for alternate attacks that Stefan he could not join the server. There were some internet problems. Yeah, well, it happens like that. Sometimes it's just so unfortunate, but still, I do really respect that process. Even though in that nick of time, just said, hey, hell yeah, I would love to help you guys out. That's good. It's some good experience for a 17-year-old. But this, I mean, the opening on A, just like that, and Panics, he was just overwhelmed, or he was, overrun by pistols. So that opened things up, and the Tech 9 and Skrunk was just shot from behind. Crystal, yeah, well, he's also. What is this box with a double? And Lollipop on the opposite side of the map took down Skrunk. This looks like Nemiga will take this match. Unless Panics and Prosos, they can do something else. Prosos, this will be one heck of a round, but nope, it's not going to happen. With only one frag and MDS shuts him down, this looks like, ladies and gentlemen, that also Attacks, they will lose against Nemiga. And Nemiga will take those 3 vital points. And and insert their dominance and take that 4th spot in Group B above, actually over LDLC and also Attacks. And also Attacks, they are left with one more match left in ESEA Premier, and that's against Sprout. And Panics, yeah, all that's left, and it's going to end, ladies and gentlemen, 16-9 for Nemiga over alternate attacks, and that is for a total 2-1 in the BO3 series for Nemiga from Belarus. So yeah, congratulations to Nemiga. What an incredible best of 3 we were witnessing. We just witnessed, and Nuke. Yeah, well, it went over my expectations. Well, actually, really over my expectations. Nemiga, they won Nuke 16-3, and then we came over to the second map of Vertigo, where also Attacks they found themselves, and the 4-man core they worked together. It was all good, all good and roses everywhere. 16-14, it did end on Vertigo. Inferno. A whole another different story. We saw an Nemiga Nemiga squad who really just showed that, well, Inferno is also a great map for us. We had, and they definitely showed, and Nemiga they pulled the trigger. And they just showed alternate attacks that is definitely not their home. 16-9 for Nemiga on Inferno, 2-1 in total. That means that Nemiga will move up the ladder in Group B from 6 points to now 9 points, and will most likely overtake the 4th spot in Group B from alternate attacks. And this will leave alternate attacks with only one more match left in Group B, which I did search a bit for, and that is against Sprout. So what a game, what a night, and thank you everybody for watching. Please follow ESEA on Twitter, which is twitter.com/ESEA. And if you want to follow me, you can type in ! in the chat, which is !follow, or you can just type in your Google search bar or whatever browser you're using. You can search for twitter.com/damage_CSGO, where you can find out when I'm going to cast next. So I have no more ESEA Premiere planned for this week, but next week I will have a couple of them. But I'm not going to tell you what the games are going to be. So you have to wait for that. So yeah, my name is Jesper Damage Sorensen, and I am out of here. Thank you all for tonight, and be safe, everyone. And for that being said, have a great Wednesday evening. So everybody, see you soon. Bye bye.